All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to a new week at DTI. This is day two, technically, since Tom was live for everybody last night at the planning session. Speaking of Tom, he'll be joining us in just a few minutes, but we're going to go through a couple of administrative items first. We might listen to a TNT video, and then Tom will join us, and we'll get going with today's focus, this morning's focus, which is on numbers that pay. We're now recording, so let's get going here. Just a few questions in the chat we can answer before we cover what I'd like to cover before Tom comes on. Lisa says, is there a replay of last night's meeting? Yes, there is. So last night's meeting was a T-Buzz Sunday planning session. Tom did open that up to everybody, and you can actually find that recording by going to the members area of our website. Let me specify that a little more clearly. Anytime Tom opens up a session for everyone, like he did last night for the T-Buzz planning session, but also for this flash meeting as an example, or his Wednesday night on the web, the midweek market update every Wednesday night. Those are open sessions that everyone can attend. And you can find those recordings posted to the DTI master sheet, which you can get there directly by going to dtitwitter.com/master. Or you can log into the members area, scroll over resources, go to resources and tutorials. And right at the top of the resources page in our members area is the DTI master resource sheet. And if I click on that, it redirects to this Google document. From the Google document, you want to scroll down near the bottom of the first page, and there's a recording doc labeled Open House Live Session Recordings. If I click the click here button and then click the drop down, we open up a recordings document, and you can see there's the June 16th planning session open house. Any questions on how to find the past replays? Today's flash meeting we'll open up another line item right above this and post the flash meeting from this morning when it becomes available. Okay, speaking of some general administrative topics, Park is asking where he can find his MTI codes. Our homepage of the members area is pretty much where you'll find most of your service-related information. Courses are for your on-demand courses. Our roadmap courses are under the courses menu, the horse race, and all those on-demand courses. But everything that's for a service is going to be on the home tab. And Park, for you and your MTI codes, market timing indicator, just find market timing indicator from the home tab. And then they're right there, MTI codes. So what we're going to do real quick is we have Tom coming on in a moment to talk about numbers that pay. But Tom did a video last week on numbers that pay. So we're going to watch a short video that he did. We'll head over to the YouTube channel, or I'll grab the video from the YouTube channel. Once I get my screen share reset, we'll take a listen to that. And I think by then, Tom will be ready to rock and roll this morning. Yes, it is rollover day today, Morris. We're over to the September contract of the S&P Dow, NASDAQ, Russell futures. All your index futures. Today is rollover day. So be sure to get your futures rolled over. All right, let's have a short listen to this video that Tom did last week on the YouTube channel. And then Tom will be live talking about the same topic here. Let's see. Videos. Excuse me, I guess it was 11 days ago. About a 7-minute video. Sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and then Tom will be on right after this.
I was thinking hey folks, T-Buzz here. I was thinking as I was preparing my own worksheet to get ready to trade, I said, wouldn't it be nice to have maybe an overview to help you sort of think the way I think, which seems to really open the door for you to really ask more questions and learn more. It's all about educating yourself. But you always have to remember there's a high degree of risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. And I always tell people, don't put so much emphasis on one trade. Think about this is one of the next 10,000 trades you're going to make if you're serious about being a trader. Now, I call it numbers by the week because every week, and I think in these terms, I start on a Sunday night, getting my plan and process. That's where I look at news, events, my own personal schedule to know when I'm going to be available. But numbers by the week is a simple approach to keep you on the right side of the market. I follow this process every day. Monday comes around and I do it. And I use this because it's simple, consistent, and it works. Why complicate things? Now on Monday, I know the open of the week. We get the open of the week. If you're trading futures, that happens on Sunday night, but if you're trading stocks, that happens at 9:30 Eastern time on Monday. That open is very important. It will be important throughout the week. Then, during the day, I will track whatever ticker I'm interested in. If it's the QQQ, I'll look at the high and low as the day progresses. I will watch that day form. And at the end of the day, now I have the open, high, and low. That's a key set of numbers for me to make decisions. I do the same process on Tuesday. I get the Tuesdays open. And when I get Tuesdays open, I look at the week open or Monday's open and say, okay, am I higher or lower? It sort of gives me a proprietary insight about the current trend. I will again track the high and low of that day, which is now for the week. So if Tuesday has a higher high than Monday, and a higher low than Monday, now I've got me a trend building early on Tuesday. That's just an example of the way I think. Wednesday comes around, I do the same process. I find out Wednesday's open. What time? 9:30. Track the high and low during that day, compare it to Monday and Tuesday's high and low, where we started on the week. So I got the open, high, and low at the end of the day on Wednesday. Thursday, same process. This is so important for any ticker you're following because you're going to notice if a trend changes, you will get what I would call that tape reading insight, where you watch the tape by doing it this way, and you start getting a internal feel about that direction. And it also helps you give a measurement of whatever you're into, whether it's going up, going down, or staying sideways. Track that high and low for the week. Now you got Monday's high, Monday's open. You got Thursday's high, Thursday's low. Now you pretty well know, depending on where the current price is, what the trend is. Friday comes around, I still follow the process. I've checked my Friday's open. I track the high and low during the day, compare it to my previous numbers, and now I've built the week. And here's a couple, I guess, insights. Number one, always look where the current prices is relative to that bar that's growing each and every day. You can plug the opens in if you really want to get into a shorter time frame, but generally speaking, you always know for every week the open, the high, and the low when that week's over. Now, tracking these numbers will alert you when the high is expanding as the week goes on, or vice versa. If it's declining, do it for any ticker. This will help you identify if the market is getting stronger or weaker and creating what we call trade opportunities. In fact, I usually tell people Tuesday's called trade day. That's when this thing opens up, you start seeing the picture. Here's an example. If you look on Monday, May the 13th, you had an opening price of $443.99. You had a high of $444.09, a low of $441.65 with a close at $443.08. A little bit off the high as we finished Monday. Tuesday came along, look at the week open, we plugged it in there. We looked at Tuesday's open, which was $442.65, which was down a little bit from Monday's close, but the high of the week is $446.46. Our low is $441.65, and our close is $445.93. Very close to the high on Tuesday. So what do we have? Monday and Tuesday, you had your up, you had your down, you had your opening price, but you closed near the high. Wednesday came along, and we opened at $443.99. Wednesday's open was $448. Comparing it to the week open, it's obviously higher. We went higher on that day, a new weekly high, $453.15. The low remained the same. We closed at $452.90. That trend, it started on Monday. We had an early insight to it. It followed through on Tuesday, followed through on Wednesday, and you can just see that form if you do this process. Thursday came along, the week opens $443.99. The Thursday's open is $452.71. The high of the week, a new one again on Thursday. So you had a new high. As those new highs are being formed, now you look at that low, which has remained firm all week, which tells you this market was headed higher. Friday comes along, got the same weekly open. The Friday open, look at Friday's open and go back and compare it to where we opened on that Monday, which is $443.99. The high is $454.69. The low remains the same. We hadn't made a new low all week. Now here's where you notice the market gets some profit taken. Comes down from the high to $451.76. Still bullish, but below Friday's open. Notice the difference here. Compare it as you go into next week and start the process all again. Connecting these dots every day, it's not hard to do. Always ask the question, what was the open? What was the high? What was the low of the week? These insights I'm giving you are going to keep you from having to stare at a machine. You can find these numbers at night if you work. You can find these numbers in the day. And then you always ask yourself, where's that stock trading now? Use this process to frame any ticker. As I always say, see you on the flip side. Hey folks, T-Buzz here.
All right. Hey, can everybody hear me okay? Yes or no? Can y'all hear me? Let's go to a live market, Jonathan. Go out 11 days expiration for the QQQ.
QQQ, 11 days out is June the 28th, the last day of June.
Okay. And look at the 192 call for the QQQ.
492 call is 90 cents, 89 cents.
Okay. All right. Now, what is the 493 call, Jonathan?
75 cents.
So 15 cents is the natural spread today, right?
Yep. 15.
Okay. So if you can't day trade, you want to sell that 93 when we hit our target if we get in this trade, okay? That's number one. Number two, if the trade that we buy doesn't go our way right away, but we still think that it's going to pay us, we will sell that 93 call and make it a spread, and then we'll take a spread and make money tomorrow if the trend is still up. Everybody understand the strategy here? So number one, we're going to buy a call. Hopefully it goes up. We hit our targets over the course of the day. Number two, if it turns south, we'll sell that 93 call and just get out of the trade this week, okay? That'll be what our plan is. And I like doing it this way because if I break even after trying to day trade, that means I get to use the same money again and again. Everybody understand the process of day trading the way I call it day trading T-Buzz style, okay? Tell me you understand what I just covered. I covered it pretty quick. Okay, so let's go now look at the roadmap and let's pull up the E-mini on the roadmap. Okay, Jonathan, what is the high of that white bar there you got there? That white bar, those 3 bars right there. What's that high?
I have this bar, couple after the white bar is 5503.
All right, set an alert at 5503 on the E-mini.
Okay.
And here's what I'm going to do, folks. If it goes above 5503, I'm going to immediately go and purchase, I guess we'll say for hypothetical, but it's not going to be hypothetical, but we'll purchase, $1,000 worth of that option. That's what we'll use to do that. Okay.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Which program is this going to go to?
Let's do all services on this.
Okay.
Okay. So 5503. Now look at the NASDAQ. Put the NASDAQ futures in there. What's that high of that white bar over there on the NASDAQ futures?
That high is 19,988.
Okay, set an alert at 1999, 199.88.
9988.
Okay, so I got 2 trigger points based off futures. Let's go to the QQQ. What's the high of the QQQ today?
Looks like 48009.
If you go back and study the tape, you'll see that's a new high for the week using that connected dots approach that y'all can go back and watch the video and understand why I'm buying, okay? I'm just waiting for a trigger to get in. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so we'll show a little patience and wait until we get the trigger. But it's a simple setup, but it works fairly accurately. And we got a plan. Step 1, we buy it, we'll sell it 20% higher. So general terms, we pay $1, we'll sell it $1.20. Okay, that's general terms. If we get in at 90 cents, we can sell it a lot less to make 20%. Now, if we can't day trade, what are we going to do? We'll sell that strike higher and get out both tomorrow, and that way you don't have a day trade. Okay, everybody understand? But you can sell it. That sort of freezes your account until tomorrow. Okay, so this is how to day trade the QQQ. Now, let's go to MPI real quick, since we got a little time, wait for the trigger to go off.
I didn't know we talked about it. Yeah, give me a few minutes to
Yeah.
bring
Okay.
it up. Okay. Let's see here. I got the QQQ from MTI by DTI about to show up. I've taken away the price bubbles, but gives a picture, a little bit clearer picture for everybody online if you don't have the indicator yourself.
Yeah, about 480.55. If you go to my 10 tickers I gave you, you can see the value of having a plan coming into the day. Yeah, I said above 479.55. We're above that, so I ought to be long something. I'm just waiting for a trigger to get in. Okay. So by the way, Apple's moving higher this morning. Keep your eye on Apple. Nvidia went up and made a new high for the week. It's correcting right now. Not much, but it is. At 133.55, a close below that I'd implement some new. That AAPU is a good stock to look at. AAPU, that's an Apple derivative, 1.5 times. And we took half profit on MTI Ross, right? Right, Jonathan, this morning?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we took the
Yeah,
second.
Apple, look at Apple. Apple's in a better shape if I was buying. In fact, Apple looks to me like it's a good play. Okay.
There is no limit price, Linda, on the QQQ. It's very liquid. If it triggers, and we got all the triggers posted there, S&P and NASDAQ futures, we'll send out an official alert to the all services if it does trigger. Okay, Tom, we got a couple slides to go through that include today's numbers that pay.
Why don't we do that real quick while we're waiting?
Yeah, I'll post the YouTube link. And some of you might be watching on YouTube. Thanks for being here. And Jim, I'll post the link slides in here in a second as well.
Before we go any further, Jonathan, explain how the all services trades work. People that are new.
Well, all services trades are sent to all services via email, sent to all the text alerts and notifications sent to text alerts for every service, all the Telegram channels, and the alert is posted to each of the trade trackers and trade alert documents.
So if they want to follow along, how could they follow along what's going on in all services?
Take the same route that you would take if you were just receiving an individual service alert. Simple as that. I keep it simple for everybody.
All right, this is our YouTube channel. If you haven't joined, you ought to join. I'll be releasing 2 videos this week. And you go to youtube.com/@TBuzzTNT. Henry, you here? How many we got in there now? Over 8,800. Okay, good. Views are going up quite a bit, aren't they? Jonathan, explain this to him what that means.
Okay, sure. Once you get to the YouTube channel, you can subscribe to the channel. And if you turn your notifications on, you can get alerted when Tom goes live. For instance, if you have the YouTube app on your phone, when Tom goes live, you'll get a notification that pops up that says Tom is live. We usually turn the YouTube live on about 15, 20 minutes before the session. So join the channel, subscribe to it, turn your notifications on. And then it helps a lot if you click the thumbs up button on the videos, like the live session going on right now. You can like the stream, and it will recommend it to other folks that are, have a tendency to watch market videos. Help Tom get his name out there while we're live or while you're watching the on-demand recordings from past videos, such as the videos that Tom issues on Tuesday.
Yeah, Buck just said one advantage of having it on YouTube also is you can rewind and pause if you need to. That's pretty cool. Now, this is something, if you got any questions about anything we say or do, you can go here to customer service live, 10 to 1. Ask your questions at dtitrader.com/help. Okay. In my opinion, if you'll learn what I'm going to teach you, how many people have budget problems in this economy where they don't have enough money to do everything they want to do? Okay, how many people want to change that? Okay. Well, let's change it through the simple QQQ. And like I said, you don't have to day trade it. You can sell the next higher strike if you get to the 20% target, okay? And I think that's good. So the QQQ just lets you know we'll be using this QQQ quite regularly. A lot of people, let me just say this. Day trade is very difficult to do correctly. I've been doing it for 40-something years. In fact, you ought to get my book, Winning the Day Trading Game, if you really would like to learn the art of day trading. I mean, I do it every day. I'm day trading this, day trading that, but I do it naturally. Sometimes I hold on to them, sometimes I'll let it go. Usually my general rule, 20+% off an option that I make or I buy, I'll take the profit. And I'm not ashamed of it, okay? That's why you're there. But do your own due diligence. It's not for everybody, but you could set a time with me anyway. I'm going to do more and more of it because people want to learn. But go back to numbers that pay real quick, Jonathan. Let me show him something. See these numbers here? All these numbers here help me decide. Now if you look, he's got numbers here sort of mixed up a little bit that ESU had to, if you come across, you see that it opened this week at 5,500. I think we could go to 5,519 between now and Tuesday. And, today we went down, corrected, and this is a perfect setup for when it takes out the other side, but we're not quite there yet, okay? And there's always a chance that selling steps in and it ends up being a sideways day. And typically I don't day trade on Monday, but I'm here and we got a shortened week. I'm gonna do it because I'm not concerned, because I can always spread it and make money this week if I'm right on the trend. And I think I'm right on the trend, okay? Anyway, that's numbers that pay. I can do this over the weekend. You'll notice that Apple, let's just go to Apple real quick. What did I say about Apple? I said Apple's showing some bullish numbers, and the prior day high was 215.17. See that? That prior day high? We're trading 216. And we'll go look at a chart on Apple in a second. And, you know, it's setting itself up for a good week, especially if it goes higher than my 10 ticker play. That's pretty good stuff right there. Donna, we did 3 trades on options that on the go last week. We'll do one this afternoon at 3. But anyway, does everybody see that, what I'm talking about, these numbers? I do this, and we have a tool inside the Roadmap software that does it for you and, you know, really helps you, I think, okay? All right, next slide, Jonathan. Now, T-Buzz Talk and Trade. I'm going to come back to this, but if you want what I would say the lowest price way to follow me, you ought to be in T-Buzz Talk and Trade. I'm there every day in T-Buzz Talk and Trade doing things. I'll do something today in T-Buzz Talk and Trade later on. But John, what's our total number of trades over in T-Buzz Talk Trade? We number those trades since we started this program.
The next trade will be 125, but that doesn't include about 50 or more before we officially went live with the service. Remember that beta? We went through a beta.
Yeah, we did a beta group first. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Is anybody here not a member of this? And give me a reason why you wouldn't be. I'd put $200 on the line to get $5,000 worth of education every month. Plus, we just released our option blueprint. Right, Jonathan?
We did, end of last week. Sure did.
Yeah, that's already got people making money. I got a little email from some of my subscribers saying, way to go, Tommy boy. Way to go. All right, let's go back. This free application, Telegram. Anything else we want to talk about? I love the Telegram.
You got about 20 slides if you want to go through them. Either way, it doesn't matter to me.
No, I don't want to go through all of them. We'll come back to it and finish up after we make some money. Let's go look at the roadmap. Looking good. 480.09. Let's see if we get higher than that. We're getting close, I can tell you, because all the futures are starting to look. Which option we're looking at, Jonathan? We're looking at I gave it to you. I forgot which one. 11 days out.
It's the June 28th, 492.
Yes. About 90 cents right now. Let's get a print at 480.11 before we go, but I'm gonna do that one. Robin's asking a question for you, Jonathan.
The options blueprint. Go to your T-Buzz Talk and Trade members area. So it's in the Telegram chat, Robin, as well. Just scroll up in the channel if you want to do it that way. If you want to go through the members area, find T-Buzz Talk and Trade. Go into the resources section of the T-Buzz Talk and Trade area, and you'll find it there. I believe it's the top link on that resources site. NVIDIA hit first target this morning, by the way, Tom.
What do you say?
I say good trade.
I do too.
And right at the opens, pulled back a little bit since.
Everybody said, Tom, I had 10 options, now I got 100. What did I do? I said, use them sparingly because we're going to milk this puppy. And we've been milking that sucker. Goodness gracious. I love it. I still got 300 of those suckers left. maybe a little bit more if I check all my accounts. All right, so tell me if you're going to do this day trade I'm about to do. Who's going to do this QQQ trade? Have you decided how much money you're going to put in? What to do if it goes against us? Okay, just want to make sure everybody's got the plan in tow, okay? The plan in tow. Rochelle, just do a spread and get out of it tomorrow if we go long. Explain that to her, Jonathan.
Rochelle asks, I can't take a day trade. What should I do on the new QQQ trade? Let's review what Tom covered about 15, 20 minutes ago for those that might not have been here. If the QQQ triggers, we'll be buying the June 28th 492 call. We're not buying it now, only if it triggers. And if we get in, say at 90 cents or so, Tom's going to put a target about 20% higher. That'd be about $1.04, $1.09 or so, assuming a 90-cent entry. And if we hit target, those that can take a day trade are going to take it. But if you can't take a day trade, Tom said sell the next strike up, which would be the 493. So if you buy the 492 call, it goes up, hits your target, and you can't take a day trade, you would then sell the 493 call. If the 492 hits target, at that time, sell the 493 call to turn the trade into a spread, and then you can exit both options tomorrow and avoid taking a day trade. If it goes against us, if we trigger into the trade and then the trade turns around and starts moving against us, we'll also sell the 493 to bring in premium and open up some more time that we can let the trade work without having so much long exposure. That's what turning the trade into a spread does. So we just have our alerts set. We have an alert on the S&P at 5503, and alert on the NASDAQ at 19,988. We also would like the QQQ to get above that 480.09, which it would if those other two futures alerts triggered. Yeah, Rochelle, there's two Rochelles in the chat. Sure is, Rochelle. Nice to meet you.
Rochelle. We got Rochelle. What am I waiting on, John? Why don't I just pull the trigger and get in?
Well, if we go back to the S&P and the NASDAQ futures. What time is it? 9:44? You wanted it above a new high above 5503, which we haven't seen yet.
And what's that number would tell me, say, let's do it?
5503 on the S&P and 19,988 on the NASDAQ.
Bruce asked a great question. What would be the trigger on the downside for selling the call? Well, if I paid 90 cents, then 30% of 90 cents is what, 27 cents? So I would say if it got about 30% down, I'd sell the call. See how I did that, Bruce? If I take 30% of what I paid, and if it gets about 30% down, I sell the call. That's a good general rule. We're 5102 right now, so got a little resistance up here. So our patience having us wait, I think is a good thing. Makes you really look at the tape. Hadn't cost us any money by waiting. I want to take a break, but it's so close. I guarantee you, if I say, let's take a 10-minute break, it'll happen during the break. That's a guarantee of trading. Always happens when you're not looking at it. Come on, folks. Does anybody do this kind of stuff? Do y'all know anybody can sit here in front of you like this and do this? I'm just curious. Do you know anybody and then be successful doing it? Anybody could do it, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Once we get in, we'll just set a profit and move on. And then we'll update you if we do anything. We're 5502. Where's that QQQ? Let me go check the QQQ. I always have trouble finding the QQQ.
We have the 85 cents.
Where you got it?
About 85 cents right now.
Oh, I was talking about the actual price of the QQQ.
Now the QQQ shares 479.75.
Oh man, just a little bit more. We're 5502 on the S&P though. We're getting close there. One tick away, 1 point away. Buck says, I know somebody does it. Tom Busby. Okay, you're right. Now let's just talk about this. Let's say you put up $1,000 and you made 20%. This technique should generate you close to 40 to 60,000. Anybody use an extra 40 to 60,000? When you get about 3 or 4 times a week, I'm sure. Robert says, I could use that. Peter says, what if just one hits? Peter, I'm going to enter on 1. Normally I like to see 3, but I'm going to enter if we get above 03. Now I got to start charging y'all to be here. I don't want to have to do that. Okay, let's walk you through it mentally. We buy the option. Say we paid 90 cents for the option. We set a sell on the option 20% higher. That's 18 cents higher. So $1.08, we'll put a good to cancel order in, huh? Right? And then we let it work. Then we'll look at it after Genesis, see how we're doing. Or if it goes down, doesn't work, and goes down 30% of what we pay, 27 cents less 90 would be 63 cents, right, Jonathan? Then we just go sell the other call and come back later tomorrow. Jonathan, I'm putting you on watch duty. If that S&P goes to 5503, given the execution to buy it, I'll be right back, okay?
Got an alert at 5503.
I'll be right back. All right, no trigger. Still sitting here, huh? Lisa Wright, if I wasn't with you holding your hand right now, I'd tell you to wait to Tuesday, okay? I'd tell you to wait to Tuesday. Jonathan, they make us work for it, isn't it? Usually a lot faster than this. But it is Monday.
Making us show some patience here on Monday.
Yep.
May
Patience will
never
pay.
trigger. May never trigger, so we won't get in.
Yep. Jonathan, I tell you what, go back to the slideshow and you watch the QQQ. If it goes above that, then interrupt me, okay? Go back to our slideshow. I'm gonna go through those slides for everybody. Anyway, this application called Telegram. How many people are on Telegram? It's pretty easy to reach out and touch you when you are. How many people's on Telegram? Okay. I love it, and I can, isolate things and talk to you. It's really almost like we're on the phone together. What I like about it is exactly this slide right here. I don't have to go, there's not a lot of bureaucracy between me and you when we have Telegram. Okay. Right to you. Now, actual opportunities, if you like trades that are set up based on odds, not to overload you. You don't have to take every one of them, but they're easy to find in our channel because we posted in there with what I call a trade tab. Okay. And this is what it looks like. You got the date the trade was entered. You got the number, whatever ticker I'm using. Isn't this simple? I made this myself for everybody. What are we doing here? A long call, price what we're going to pay, and a stop. Profit targets are placed, and you said good to cancel them, let it work. As easy as possible for anybody to follow along on a daily basis with. You already got it. It's direct in there. Once you're in the channel, I'll be able to see everything I send. I've got a trade I'm putting out, Jonathan. I'm going to give it for T&T. I like them to have a scholarship each week. Here it is. This is for T&T while I'm waiting. It's a shorter time frame because I'm selling options on this one. Okay, 4 days out, 21st of June. Let me find it here.
What's the ticker?
I want to use QQQ. Here it is right here, the one I want to do. I want to do the 475, sell it and buy the 474 for 20 cents, which is a 25% return if it expires worthless this week in Telegram. Got it?
Sell the 475 put, buy the 474 put.
Yeah, for Telegram. And
For
We're
T
getting
and
close.
net
We're getting
credit,
close to do the other one too, Jonathan. The all
net
service.
credit was 25 cents, you said, or 20 cents?
No, 20 cents. Okay, the S&P is pushing at 3. So I'm
Yep,
close
there
to.
it is.
All right,
55.3.
I'm buying the 492 at 88 cents. 492, the one we talked about. I'm buying it.
It's on the screen right here. 88 cents.
Okay, I've got it long. What's the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to calculate where 20% would be. So what's 20% times 88 cents? About 16 cents, right, Jonathan? $1.04. Take $1.04, good to cancel. Day trade it. That's not complicated, is it? What do you think, folks? It's not complicated. And if it moves against us, we'll sell to 493, move on about our business. It looks good to me. Anybody got any questions? What we just did. $0.88, $1.04. Linda, we're not going to put an order in, a stop loss order in, but I'll show you what we can do. You want to see what you can do if you really want to do it? Let me get everybody caught up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's give everybody a chance to get in. Now I'm going to show you how many people want to learn how to day trade without having to sit there and stare at it. Okay, that'd be the next thing I teach you.
About a 5-minute break, Tom. We can get everybody a chance to get in and I can get this posted.
Let's do it. Then when I come back, I'll show you how to day trade without having to sit there at the machine all day. Mary Ann says, hey, it's going up fast. Well, that's the way I like my trades, Mary Ann. Mary Ann, you go market, girl. Don't sit there and just try to buy at a limit when it's going up. Go market. It's going to cost you 2 cents more. If your target's $1.04, wouldn't you pay 94 cents to sell something at $1.04? I would. Does everybody understand what I just said? Peter, I said I'd cover that when Jonathan got back from his break. Gotta listen. Notice how all the triggers I gave you are coming into play now, making it a better trade. Notice the price now is 92 cents. Using my technique, you're in 4 cents early. You could expect, you knew what to look for. Just amazing. All right, let me cover some of the questions I saw. One question was, let me deal with it first, is I don't want to sit here and watch this. Okay. So if you don't want to sit here and watch this, you got to go to your backup plan, which you set a stop in to protect you. Okay. So look at the next strike. Everybody see that 83 cents right there? Everybody see that? 83 cents. You can set a sell stop in. Let's just say whack it down to 64 cents. Set a sell stop in at 64 cents. Okay. And if you do that, it won't execute with a sell stop, showing how to do that, Jonathan. And then you come back and check this trade and see later on where it's trading. Now, the problem you're going to have, if you got a small account, you have to cancel your sell up there at $1.04 because they'll say your margin's not good enough. But you can check it, just set your watch and say, hey, I'm going to come back and look at it at 12. Come back at 12, maybe the thing's higher than $1.04. Everybody see what I just said that you could do to protect yourself and go about your merry way? Now, how about that? Has anybody ever thought about that? You don't have to sit there and stare at this sucker. I'm going to teach you how to make money what I call the Cadillac way. This is the Cadillac way. So that's one question. Another question was, I thought was interesting. Why didn't we set one at 20 and one at 30? You could do that, but remember, this is a training session that I'm doing right now to get people's eyes open just how good and valuable it is to learn what I do. There's no better way for you. You can't argue with success, can you? I guess you can, but I think it's very, what I would say, it's very fun to show you how to open your eyes, just how good. And this is the other thing you're going to learn about me. Okay. I'm a baseball guy, right? How many strikes do you get when you stand up at bat? How many strikes do you get in baseball? 3. So if I tell you something, here's the way I work. I'll tell you, I got people been with me 15 years. If I tell you something and you don't listen to me, about the 3rd time, I'm going to quit telling you something. Everybody understand that? I'm not going to talk if you're not going to listen. Why should I? So you got to make up your mind. Do you want to listen and learn, or do you want to just keep floating out there losing money? The guys like me in here doing what I do. I'd want to learn. I learned this the hard way, folks. I mean, I lost so much money learning these techniques, and they work. Mickey, if you have an order in that exceeds your account, they will reject you. So you don't want to have, you've got a small account, you don't want to have an order to sell the long call, because if you sell the long call, then this protection I told you won't be protection. It'll be a naked position where you're shorting the call, and you got to have a lot of money in there to do that. That's why I said you can't put the order in there. Does that make sense? Yeah, Robin, I got in when I told you I got in. She's talking about the money we made over in TNT. Well, I wanted to do this, and I wanted to help everybody out. Let's go back to Jonathan. We're at 98 cents, right?
Yes, we are.
What do you want to do? Let's go back and look at the roadmap. Look at the roadmap, then look at MTI. What does that look like? What does that chart look like right there? Looks to me like we got a good trade. All right, look at the QQQ. Remember 180, I think it's 180.05 was the high for so long, right? It's at 80.79 now. Wade said, looks like money to him. Okay, and remember I mentioned that little stock called Apple? Put Apple in there. People been with me a long time took that, mean they already go find a call option when I was talking about it. Look at that. That thing soared, didn't it? 217.31. All right, Jonathan, let's finish up the slideshow. Wrap this baby up. So it's your turn. Will you be next? Look at everything the new Talk and Trade members will get. Market scoreboard, my 5 stocks every day, my pre-market watch list, my bonus live streams. urgent trade dates when they happen. I do look at alternate asset plays in there, Bitcoin and other things, and how to make income like we did today, selling that put expiring Friday, and a lot of bonuses. Okay. Here's a special bonus if you join today. You get 2 for the price of 1. You get the option blueprint. We just released it on Friday. This is a long-term play to make money for $200 every month if you join right now. I got to raise that price. That reminds me, I got to look at that. Inside the Target Trade, go to dtitrader.com/TNT, secure your spot, 904-416-1776. What I'm including right now to the end of July is my T-Buzz All-Stars as part of those that join. That was what I was referring to back there. So I say this has been a very healthy lesson today. How about y'all? Do y'all think this was good? I'll be back today at 3. I think the one at 3, I got to talk to Jonathan. We'll map out our training for the week. Okay. But I will be back at 3 and 8 tonight. You got to come at 8 tonight. All right. Give me some feedback. Ray says, I'm always learning something new from you, even though I've been with you for so long. Lisa said, this is awesome. Sam says, Sam's got such good manners. Always saying thank you. You're welcome, Sam. Do y'all see the value when I say that I trade live, how valuable it is to trade with me as a live, when I say I'm trading live? Peter said, that's the fastest $200 I've ever made. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Can't get enough of it, right? All right. Any last minute questions? All right. Y'all got the strategy. Get out at $1.04 if you want a day trade. Gets to $1.04, sell the strike higher. Get out of both tomorrow. Jonathan, thanks for all your help. That warmed us up for the week, didn't it?
That was a good start for the week. Thanks, Tom.
That's a good start. I like it. Like it, like it, like it. All right. See y'all. See ya.